So, what if you could battle your friends in a huge virtual arena somewhere in your own town, allowing you to bring everything that makes VR awesome to a tennis or basketball court? With Space Pirate Arena being one of the first multiplayer titles to nail this concept, we can slowly see warehouse-scale VR gaming becoming a reality. And not only for arcades, but also for consumers. So join me while we explore the future of online play and dive deeper down the rabbit hole. So I'm here with Dirk at the headquarters of iLusions to check out Space Pirate Arena. I'm super excited, and I just DM'd you guys. I said, like, can I come over? And you were like, sure, you want to try it? And now we're here.
Yeah, sure. It's free. Like we decided to just open it up and to let press and friends and devs play it. And yeah, if someone wants to check it out, it works. So why wait? So yeah.
It's almost like you turned your development studio into an arcade.
Well, we wanted to do research on the large-scale activities and what it would be like. So we've done experiments with running around, with skateboarding around, with driving carts around, and just figured out what's fun in bigger spaces and what might the future bring when like headsets are compatible with outside bigger play areas and or huge play sizes. What would be the future of this? And so we're trying to start out with very simple ideas and just build up from there.
So anyways, I heard that Chris is already waiting for us. He set everything up for Space Pirate Arena. I will be giving everyone a sneak peek, first look at what this is all about. So yeah, let's get out of here and play some...
He's warmed up, he's ready to...
Oh, he's warmed up. Oh, he's serious about this.
Yeah, he's totally serious.
Usually developers are like, you know, casual, but he wants to win.
Yeah, he's the one also, he's one of the voices behind the game, so he wants to kick your ass, I'm sorry.
Okay, let's go.
Am I angry at you still, or are you happy? So now we can start playing. Game starts in 2 seconds.
Wow. This is a nice looking level, but where are you? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. So I have a pistol and I have a shield.
You got a shield in one hand, pistol in the other, and you can use the charge shot to bounce off walls. Oh, no. I'm supposed to get you.
Ah!
Oh.
So when I charge my gun, the laser starts to bounce through the maze.
And the longer you charge it, the more it bounces.
Oh! That was right in my face.
That's what I'm always aiming for.
Okay.
That precious YouTuber face.
Where are you? Come on, come on. No, don't run away, don't run away. Come back here. Oh! Oh!
Yes! That's how I shoot a YouTuber.
Nice try.
Welcome to Space Pirate Arena. How is that?
It's a good workout. Wow. So I had like 3 lives.
You have 3 lives, I have 3 lives, that's 3 hits. Very similar principle to Space Pirate Trainer. 3 hits, you're out. This is the real crowd wave right here.
Like that's the great part about VR. You don't need to press a button to do an emote.
Yeah, right.
You can just do it yourself.
It's right here.
That's it. Okay, so I see you have another level.
Yeah, we have
ready.
Currently, well, 5 ready, but in this demo there's 2.
Yeah.
We just played Scrapyard. We'll set up Secret Lab. You're going to see the whole room change coordination. So this is made for 2 players at the moment, but there are 4 pods. So once we set up with another, if you can find 2 other people to play VR, that'd be great.
And I also see when I come close to you, it says danger, so that means I shouldn't go any... Wait,
Yeah,
can we
it's
do a
just-
hug? Can we hug? Aww, that's cute. That's weird.
It was a bit weird.
I'm gonna moonwalk into my in my spot.
You're a good moonwalk, actually. Moonwalk back as well.
Yeah, like that.
All right, Nathan, you're going down.
Ooh. I like this one. It's very aesthetic. Surprise! Chris, taste my lasers.
Eat lasers, scumbag.
Come on. I can actually jump as well if I want to.
This is where it helps to bring a ladder.
Oh, did I hit you? Oh,
Nope.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Ooh. Oh, yes! Come here! Come here!
Yes!
In the end, I jumped like a Spartan, but it didn't help. It didn't help. No pruning, get up. Yeah, I know, but
Yeah,
I
our
need to...
IK system wasn't built for making tying shoes in VR looking cool. Here's my dangle.
That looks so weird.
Oh, you haven't seen this game for the last 2 years. Sorry, I'm used to.
Is this a watch? No, this is not a watch.
So this is supposed to be the multi-tool.
Ooh.
Our intention is to put upgrades and cool ass shit here. So right now it's your shield.
Yeah.
But it's within absolute realms that this could be a how we launch grenades, how we activate machinery. And so the concept is that you upgrade this the same as your gun. Like, see that yellow thing?
Yeah.
That is intended to be swappable. So with this controller, you could pull it out and put in a different gun model. And that way you can have consumables.
Yeah.
Like a cool shotgun that only has like 10 charges scattered around and that spawns occasionally. So that way of making the gameplay dynamic and insane.
Yeah.
But right now we're keeping it simple.
Let's do one more. Let's go back to the scrapyard. I do like that you also added let's say a little story to, to your map. It's time to lose.
Scrapyard. Someone is going to lose today.
Yeah. Okay. I'm so done with playing around right now. I'm just gonna... I can't shoot at the start yet. You do have a cooldown. That's smart. Just one more, Chris. Oh!
Fire out. What's this?
Oh! Yes!
Oh!
Yes! Woo!
You lost.
Woo!
Yeah, I see it. It's a nice little dance.
I know. But I did have to try a little bit to get to this point.
No, you trained well, Padawan.
Let's go back into the real world.
Woof.
Whoa.
Woof. How you feeling?
Amazing.
We're gonna need to clean these glasses.
This was totally worth it. You got a nice VR face.
I got a nice VR face. You got a pretty good one too. Look at that VR hair.
VR
it's
hair.
looking good.
I know. This was absolutely amazing.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
So much fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I want to go back in.
Well, we can do it. Let's go back and talk to Dirk first.
Yes.
See if you have any questions.
Of course.
Let's
I have
go
so
ask
many
him.
questions. After playing this, there's so much I'm wondering about.
Well, we've been sitting on this for a while, and we're glad to tell you whatever you need to know.
Yeah, it's so epic. Thank you so much for playing with me.
Absolute pleasure.
GG,
Let's
as they
go.
say.
Let's go.
And let's go to Dirk.
All right, let's do it. I don't want to sound like an old person, but what is GG?
Whew, well, that was a good workout.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's
You had
pretty
fun?
crazy. Oh yeah. It's you're getting so into it. It's
Yeah.
it's like it's highly competitive. The moment you jump in, you're like, this is serious business. I gotta win.
Yeah, it's like very short rounds, very hectic. So yeah, you're really sweating after a couple of minutes.
True, and I was playing against Chris.
Yeah, yeah.
He's super pro.
Well, he trained a lot, so yeah.
Yeah, of course, because he has like, you know, he can play all day. I gotta just, you know, prove myself.
Well, we don't have a shower here yet, so we can't play all day.
So what's the magic behind Space Pirate Arena? How does this work?
Yeah, so there's a lot of tech in it, but not in like when it comes down to tracking itself. It's just using a standard quest. So
Yeah.
it's just using one center point as a reference, and just they have to have the exact same direction.
Yes.
And then we just from that point we just kind of sync the players in a very high-speed network connection. Well, you don't need internet connection, so you need a hotspot. So you can bring your laptop, for example, and run a server on that. Or in the future, you could bring your mobile phone and have a hotspot on your mobile phone and just run it from there.
So it just has to go fast. That's it. Because the lower the latency, the better.
Yeah, like if
The more fun.
Of course, because you can actually, like, if you're playing in the same space, you can actually hear the other player as well. So it needs to be synced up very well. Also, just so that for safety reasons, it needs to be synced very fast.
So as you said, if it's a hotspot, you can just take your phone to different places.
Yeah.
To a basketball court, to a tennis. It's all possible as long as you have a big space.
Currently, we're maxing out Quest space, for example, and it's also because the base stations we had, the base station 2s were 10 by 10 meters, which is like 35 by 35 feet, and what's the maximum space. And fortunately, that's actually a space that fits in most sports courts. Like one side of a tennis court or one side of the basketball court, it's always kind of, it fits into that space.
There are, let's say, games out there that adapt to the space you draw, but with yours you kind of need to go for that specific.
Yeah, well, we did some tests with smaller spaces, and the whole hide and seek feeling and the frantic feeling is getting less exciting when you're having smaller spaces. What we tend to do is, and what we're going to do is make it moddable, so you can like get your own levels in there. And then you can do any space. So in the future, with other technologies and with bigger play spaces, you could just implement your own level based on where you're playing.
And that's really nice. So it's almost like a little workshop where people can maybe also share the levels they made with others. And especially if you give something back to the community and they can create their own stuff, you know, because then you kind of share the development of that arena title you make.
So it's been built up from the ground to make that possible. It's still a big feature, so we're still working on that. But yeah, it's definitely how we think it should be.
And right now we played 1v1. Any plans for more players?
The cool thing is that we support, like, we have no limit. We just have the limit of like the speed of the connection. So it's a local connection. So you could do, for example, perfectly do 16 versus 16 players if we have like football fields, right? Currently, it's mainly because of we're maxing out the size, and that's still kind of 1 versus 1 is the best thing. But if you have like double the amount of space, 3 versus 3 could be very doable. If you have a rectangular, larger kind of space, you could do multiplayer and then like add the objectives, for example. So yeah, it gets really, really crazy.
So something I tried for science is walk through a wall, see if I could cheat, because I played so many titles in VR where I could just or stick my head through the wall to see where someone was, or stick my hand through it so no one could shoot me. But you guys build very smart systems to prevent me from, let's say, cheating.
I've tried the same thing in a lot of VR games just to figure out how everything worked. But yeah, like you've noticed, if you walk through a wall, you're getting kicked to a void. You see a lot of arrows pointing to your last safe destination. We call it safe zones. Those are like the spaces we're in that were fair. So you have to go back to that space, and then you actually can't start playing again. But in the meantime, other players can shoot you. So it's kind of, you do it once, you try it once, but once you know it's not working, you don't do it again. So that's one of the things we want to prevent. There's a lot of other stuff in there, like you can't shoot through walls, and not just like if you're sticking your gun into a wall, but actually if you're through a wall, we're doing raycast just to see if it's actually, if your arm is not through a wall. And one of the other things a lot of players were doing is just like they were just proning. And then like sneaking around proning, but we only have like 3 points that we can track, so we don't know where the feet are, so it got really dangerous. So we made sure that no one can prone, so it goes to black as well if you're getting too low. And so everyone plays it in a normal way. Once you have direct feedback of what you can do, people don't do it, and they just play the game.
But it's very important to not only prevent people from cheating, but also to keep them safe.
So the main thing, if you really want to play this safely, it's having your own space, like on a tennis court on each side, and you can do whatever you want. But if you, we know some people are going to try it anyways, and it's on their own. Like if they hit each other, it's their own fault. But we added some systems, like if you're actually running to each other and you're getting close to a corner, there's like kind of a red cylinder warping around you and rotating around you, and it's very clear that it's like it says danger, danger, like because there's a physical person there.
It's time for the question of all questions, the most important one that everyone has been asking me about, and that is, when can we play Space Pirate Arena?
You just played it.
Yeah, okay, but let's say.
Okay, so
nice try though, nice try.
We're
Didn't work
opening
out
it up
again.
for people and pros and other devs to come and play here, because we want their first experience to be a great experience, and you actually need, like, we know that some people are going to try it on 6 by 6 meters and on 20 by 20 feet. It's going to happen, and that's not the way how to play it. So people need to know you need that kind of space, right? And also, like, we want to make it available like soon. As a kind of a closed beta or something, and we'll see how many people are playing it, how they're playing it, and trying to adapt the project to how people are playing it, because we want to get some data, like what do they like about it and stuff like that. So, but we'll try to open it up for people as soon as possible, but there's still work.
But this will be a separate game, right? This is not a DLC to Space Pirate Trainer.
It's the same IP, but it's a different project.
Yeah.
But so it's not something like, in this state, like, this is not a product you can sell like just as it is. You could sell it like arcades could, for example, run it and have licenses, but we can just like sell it to the general audience.
What it comes down to is that warehouse scale, like you see in arcades, is not mainstream yet in the consumer market.
Yeah.
You would be the first.
Yeah, but it will also gain, like, a lot of arcades will gain interest, and people will gain interest into like large space areas and arcades. So I think it's kind of it will adapt. It's just something that's going to be interesting for everyone that's interested in large scale, and hopefully we'll get people ready to play on large spaces. That's like the whole purpose of this. It's the first step in something that might become a future sport or some
e-sport.
Yeah. As well, yeah, totally.
So the answer is soon.
It's still soon, yeah, unfortunately.
What does that mean? Let us know in the comments below. That's about it. Thank you so much for inviting us, for letting us try it. It's super awesome what you guys are doing. Very passionate, trying to make VR, a more awesome place, more fun. That's it. That's all. That's all you gotta do. That's the drive, right?
Yeah. Just looking at the future and trying to do something different, something that's not out there yet, or trying to have a different vision, or trying to have the best product. Those are the reasons why you should create something.
Yeah, inventing the future of gaming.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
It's fun, so as long as it's fun, we like working on it.
Yeah.
As long as we're having fun, we like working on it. So we'll see what happens.
Cool beans. So I'm gonna end this video now. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Lets us know you care. And now it's time to sign off. And as I always say, and I see you all next time. See you in the metaverse. Bye-bye. If the hobbits from Isengard would like to play Space
course.
Pirate Arena,
Yeah.
it's no problem.